With the year and Season 5 winding down, the last update of 2019 will drop on December 18th for PUBG on Xbox One and PS4. There's not going to be a test server for this update, it's just going to go straight to the live server, so let's take a look at everything that's included. The live maintenance is scheduled for December 18th at 9 p.m. and it should last until the next morning at 3 a.m. Keep in mind that sometimes they do change this. The last time we had a patch, they said it was going to start at 9 or 10 p.m. Pacific time, and it actually didn't start until about midnight Pacific time. As always, if that's changed, I'll have an update in the first comment below. And update 5.3 is basically a bunch of quality of life updates for the game. First and foremost, there's an improvement to the blood effects. The size of the blood splash is unified across all color settings, so a lot of people would use the colorblind settings to get a slight advantage to be able to tell if you've hit a player how many times you've hit them, because the blood was much more noticeable when it was a different color. Sometimes if you have it just on the red, it's hard to tell, especially from far away. I never changed it, I never really had an issue with it. I really didn't want the rest of my game looking weird because I just wanted to see the blood, but either way, this should make it a little bit better for us non-colorblind users. And on top of this, headshots including the neck area produce more distinct visual effects to ensure clear identification of a hit to the head or the neck. And this is good because you'll be able to tell just how damaged a player is when you hit them. No more guessing, you'll be able to tell by the blood itself. And the blood splatter will be shown on walls and floors if the character is hit near it. Also, wounds on characters will now provide more precise information on which body parts have been hit. They've made a change to the vending machines. They reduced the maximum number of vending machine uses from 15 to 10. I haven't even actually touched a vending machine yet in this game, and to be honest, I kind of forgot that they were even added, mainly because I don't really visit the places that they're located. And here's a pretty big addition to the game, something we've been asking for a long time, something that's been on PC for quite a while that the console players just haven't had a chance to see yet, and that's the death cam. Players can now view how they were killed with the new death cam feature. The death cam button is square on PS4 and X on Xbox. And this will be activated a few seconds after death in the results screen. So if you want to see just where you were shot from, exactly what happened when you died, you should get a nice snippet. If you push X after you die, you'll see that death cam from the player's perspective. And if it's anything like PC, some of the death cams and some of the replays, they don't really represent exactly what happened, exactly what they've seen. It's kind of like spectating your teammates. You might think that they're not aiming correctly when you're spectating, but really on their screen, they're aiming perfectly. It just doesn't sync up 100%, so don't expect this death cam to prove things right or wrong. It's just a better idea of where they were and what they were doing when they killed you. And they've also made a big change to the continuous item use option. So before there was no option. If you used a bandage, it was going to automatically start using that bandage over and over if you had more in your inventory. But now the continuous item use of bandages, first aid kits, energy drinks, and painkillers will be added as an option. And this can be changed in the gameplay section of settings. If you have this setting on, by default, if you have more than one bandage, one first aid, energy drink, or painkiller, when you start to use one of those items, you will continuously use all those items until they're gone. If you need them, that is. I don't think that on is going to be a popular thing for people to use just because if you have 5 painkillers, you're not going to use all 5 of them at once. At most, you'll probably use 2, but you won't want to continuously use those and have to cancel it. Same thing with first aids. There's really no reason to continuously use a first aid unless you're really late in the zone and just walking to the play zone. So I think if you're going to use this, you're going to probably set it to bandages only, which only bandages will be used continuously, kind of like it is by default right now. Or you can just turn it off altogether, and no items will be allowed to be used continuously. I can't decide what I'm going to do. I think I might just leave it as bandages only because I'm pretty used to that. But that being said, you can waste bandages if you continuously use them. If you're trying to heal up from low health to 75, you're going to use more bandages if you just keep doing it. But if you wait a second or two between each bandage, you'll end up getting more bang for your buck. Now, regardless of the option that you choose, if multiple heal items can be used, holding on to the item use button will continuously use that item. So if you hold down on a bandage, if you want to keep using them, you can just hold down the whole time and it'll continuously use them until you let go. Same thing with drinks and painkillers. If you select down on the D-pad till you get to one of those items and then you hold it down, you'll continuously use that until you let go. There's also some changes to the weapon mastery system. Players can now choose their favorite weapon in the mastery tab. The weapon of choice will show up as the first weapon stat in your PUBG ID regardless of whether the weapon has the highest level or not. To do this in the weapon mastery system, when you're on your favorite weapon, click in the right thumbstick and it will mark that as your favorite. They also added platform identification to the PUBG ID. Much like you see in game, you'll be able to see the Xbox logo, the PS4 logo, or the controller logo for somebody that's not on your console. Once this patch is live, the lobby background will change to a Happy Holidays theme. and the lobby music will change as well. And God, I swear, as soon as PUBG gets something for Miramar, they just don't do anything for it. They don't have a featured map for Miramar. They take off the music, the special music for Miramar in this season twice now. I don't know what they have against the map, but it just seems like they hate it. And there's also a slight change to the weapon HUD. Heal and acceleration icons on the weapon HUD will now flash when activated. There was a hotfix a few days back which fixed some crashing issues that we were having on Xbox One and PS4, and this patch has one more performance issue that's fixed. Cache data will be deleted when moving to a lobby after a match is finished to reduce the rate of game crash. So if you play for a long time, long sittings, then maybe this will help out. And one last thing, the current Survivor Pass Badlands will end on January 21st, so get everything in that you can. I'm in the mid 80s right now, so I shouldn't have any problem whatsoever getting to level 100. And there's still plenty of time if you're falling behind. There's over a month left, so you guys should be able to get there, I would think, even if you're in the 50s. And there's a few bug fixes as well. They fixed an issue where the reticle would shake during ADS with a 6x scope equipped. They fixed an issue where a character would move forcibly when firing a DBS in certain situations, and I think that's referring to the teleporting that was happening. They fixed an issue where the BRDM collision damage was higher than intended, and no kidding, you're in a tank and you barely run into a rock or barely run into a tree and it seems like a quarter or half of your health is gone. That definitely needed to be adjusted. And they fixed an issue where a moving disconnected player's character would float on air when disrupted by a prone character. They mitigated an issue which causes players to be bumped into the air when moving close to certain objects. And I really desperately hope this is something where if you're bumping into an end table or a wall or a window frame and then you barely move, you get un-ADS'd. It's just a mess walking around sometimes in PUBG. It seems like your player glitches out. Hopefully that is what they're referring to. And that pretty much does it for this patch. Like I said before, it's not a huge patch by any means. It doesn't give us anything brand new in the game necessarily, but it does give us the death cam, which is a nice addition in my opinion. It'll be cool to see exactly what happened. Like I said, it might not be the exact aim that happened, but the position and the thought that the other player was having when he killed you, you'll be able to see all that in the death cam, and I think it's going to help you improve your game as well. But I like these kind of patches, nothing huge or anything like that, but a lot of quality of life fixes and some bug fixes as well. Hopefully the crashing continues to decrease and they can just make the game more stable overall. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, do you think that this is a good patch? And what are you looking forward to next for PUBG? Do you want more maps? Do you want more modes? I'd like to see some kind of different mode, maybe a conquest or a TDM type of mode, just something to have some fun, even if it's only on the weekends or some kind of a special event. I'd like to see something different. I don't necessarily think we need more maps, maybe upgrade the maps that we have, but I think more maps might just cause more problems. So we'll see what they do in the future, but this is the last update for 2019. Unless we get some kind of hotfix, this is the last time you'll have to download PUBG in 2019, so something to be thankful for. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to stay up to date on everything that I publish. You can also follow me on Twitter at YTBoris15. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you later.